All right.
I'm recording this shit.
How many wires is there that are loose?
Tommy, you're a champ, baby.
Dude,
Holy
this fucking
shit.
build.
Your installs are legendary. Your self-tapping aught gauge ground.
Hold on. We've
Tommy
got two
McKinney.
more wires on this side.
This is JP's build right here that McKinney did for him.
This is his meat curtain.
Kenny.
These are his
Behind curtain
his
number
back
3.
covering right here.
This is great install.
You have nice speaker wire
That's
right here, run through the box with no insulation on them at all, no silicone or anything. So you got nice leaking right
This
here.
is like a game show.
There is
Hey, bring
a
that.
Sundown 4500.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
Oh, let me
Underneath here,
Go ahead.
that is just sitting here
with
underneath.
random wire not being.
Random wire not hooked up to anything. Who knows what it's
But
for?
we charged you for it.
All right, guys.
What are you charging for it?
Hopefully, we'll see you all tomorrow.
Nice meeting you, sir.
Here. Nice to meet
Take
you
it
all.
easy.
Hey, Brandon. See you next time.
These speaker wires right here are actually live. We just pop tested one set of subs, and they are
it was
attached to
actually
something.
two
It was
subs.
2 subs on these wires that aren't hooked up to anything. So who knows how many subs are actually playing right now?
And he seals his.
This is the second
he
set on
seals his
this
boxes,
side.
by the way.
Yeah, that's still very good.
But he's world champion, and that's what counts. Uh-oh, dead
Nope.
short.
Oh, that's
Nope,
dead short. That's no
power
good.
wire for something.
You sure?
Who knows what that's for?
It's got to be. It's got to be that way. Goes to an amp or something.
Yes, that's nothing.
Hold on a second.
Is it power wire? No,
It's
it ain't
just a
power
dead,
wire
it's a
either.
dead short. That's
Dead
all
short
How
it
the
is.
hell is
Yeah.
that a dead short? It's
'Cause
a
it just-
power in the
Who
ground.
fucking knows?
Because it's got no voltage on it, buddy.
Okay.
Who knows
Hey,
what any of
Rob.
this shit is?
It just arc. when
Someone
you-
find some electrical tape. We need to tape these back up since we don't know what they.
I'll
go
take
to.
you on more of a tour here of the vehicle. We'll go underneath here and see some nice installs, install skills here. So we have some nice frame grounds here.
Hey,
These are what
self-tapping screws.
the self-tapping screws. As you can see, they're very very tight on both sides. As you can see, very nice. There are some speaker wires that are run through a nice hole in the floor. No grommet, no nothing.
Hey, will somebody get Rob to get
Some nice selenium horns that are zip tied to power wire. And that's it. As you can see, zip ties there, zip ties there. There is a piece of speaker wire that I'll follow that actually somehow runs down, attaches to the brake line on the rear axle, and goes underneath the rear axle. As you can see. And this is supposed to be a high quality install. No seals on any of the power wires going through. Got some nice expanding foam. That's nice. That's a good touch. All these selenium horns are just zip tied to the frame. No screws. No weatherproofing at all.
Yes, it's dead short. It's almost like they're.
So there's
Same
two
thing with
that
this
are dead
side.
shorts.
Yeah.
Got this set.
Or random
and another
speaker
set.
wire that doesn't really go into anything.
See? These speaker wires are connected.
Yep.
But hold on a second. There are no
Unload on them.
.00.
Which is wire resistance.
The other side of the 4500 that's just sitting there with random wires.
Wait, we got another.
Another set of speaker wires there.
This is like a. This is like.
However, we have determined 2 subs are not hooked up.
There's at least 2 subs that are not hooked up to anything right now. Who knows what they go to. There's the
Okay.
other side of the 4500 that is just sitting there, not screwed down.
You want to go with the
Yeah.
battery that flaps around?
Wait
Like-
here. Let me show you this.
Yeah, as you can see, the amp just moves freely.
Here, let me
That's
see
nice.
this light.
But that's custom.
All right,
That's custom.
right?
all right, you see.
Custom
Oh,
shit.
wait. You see the battery in the back here.
You can see the battery right here through the window.
The one
Let
wire.
me,
One wire.
I can't
Well,
even lift it
gauge
up.
It's a 12 gauge fire. Is that what you said?
Battery in the back, not screwed down to anything, just sitting there.
Oh, that looks like a nice wire job, though.
Oh yeah, some nice 16 gauge wire hooked up
Hanging
to
out.
God knows who what. You know, who knows what it's hooked up
Oh,
to.
look at the amp right there.
The amp right there.
God. Is there anything hooked up right there? Is there any
I can't even tell.
I can't
Here,
see
let me
any.
get my skinny ass on.
Doesn't look like it.
See.
Oh yeah, I see RC is hooked up to it at least.
There is
There is RC is hooked up to it. But then we can go to the back side. If you guys want to bring the light back here, go and bring it to the back here so we can see the nice trim panels that were done.
Light shining through the gaps.
Yeah, come here. So we have nice trim panels that, you know, when you're standing away from 5 feet, 10 feet, it looks pretty good. The amps look good and everything. But then you start seeing you have some nice gaps along the side here that aren't really filled in to anything. And then when you get to the top, there's absolutely nothing. And it's broken on both ends because it's not screwed down to anything.
Did you point out that this is a 200.4 and this one is nothing?
Yes, you can see the graphics for the 200.4 on this side, but then they slightly disappear on the other side, and the top is completely bare. You can see sound deadener and the stock speaker wires and everything else. There's a nice almost screwed down trim panel that uses a larger washer to hold the trim panel in place. And this is why it says he has 5 4500s, but there's only 4 back here because the other one they couldn't fit, so they just shoved it under the box instead. And oh, there's more. There's plenty more to come here. You have some fantastic door panels on this side that you can see is very nicely wrapped and huge gaps everywhere. Nothing is secured down, obviously, because they did half-ass everything else.
I like the gaps.
Yeah, it's a nice gap between the tweeter and the door pod as well. And you can also see, it's hard to tell, but the speaker is actually curved to actually fit onto the door panel.
Hey, you want me to show this nice tweeter down here with the gap?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Here,
Let's
give me your light and the phone.
Let's go ahead and get in here. So you can see the console is pretty good. Tweeter there, and then somehow they shoved a tweeter all the way down in between the seat and the console. And once again, not flat or anything.
Not to mention the seat being against the cone of the
seat against the cone of the one of the Neo Pros right there.
Crooked radio.
Crooked radio bezel.
With no trim around your...
No trim around anything at all.
Quality install.
The headliner's good because that wasn't done by Tommy. The seats are good because that wasn't done by Tommy. The alternator setup is good because it wasn't done by Tommy. Take a look at the box. As you see, you always saw the good pictures online, but none of the screw holes filled in. Nothing professional about this at all. I see some bare wood right here between the headliner and the box. Really, it's actually makes me a little disgusted that McKinney would ever do something like this at all.
Not even centered. Right there,
yeah.
You can barely see the screw hole. This side, you've got lots of room.
Yep, so the box is not square at all. Jesus. And this is supposed to be a professional install that was spent a lot of money on, and this is the kind of results that he got from this. It is really, really saddening.
That he research who's going to do your install before you do it.
Exactly. Because this is just downright disgusting how bad everything is done. I mean, there's not one aspect of this build that was done well in any way. Center console does not match up to the dash at all, so you can see everything exposed.
Well, you've got
that was underneath
over here too.
Yeah, I'll show you the other side too. I'll show you the nice gaps that are on all the tweeters here. This is the passenger side door, so they didn't really make molds for anything. They just kind of made a panel and screwed the speakers to it. And I'll show you the other side too. That is honestly just more of the same. This is the other side of the center console. The other side looked pretty good. But then you have this side, which has a massive gap between the trans tunnel and the console itself. And once again, here's a side that has a tweeter somehow buried. You can kind of see it all the way down, firing into the seat, not mounted securely as well again. So
show the screw to the paint.
Oh, I did not. Thank you for pointing that out. I will do that as well. Also, one side of it that happened as well is kind of hard to see, but there is a dent right about there where the light circles around it, where they actually hit the outside of the truck with a screw and actually dented the panel and messed the paint up as well. So I'll try and do more videos of this thing. Yeah, you can use this one.
Can you see it?
Use this guy.
You got it.
Once again, oh yeah, that's good right there. Battery in the back, not screwed down, same as the driver's side. So I'll try and get more videos in the daylight, but this is just what we've shown right now. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. No back door panels, more wire just strewn about everywhere. So we'll make sure to get more of this later on.